All right. I don't know if my internet is going to allow me to stream tonight. We'll have to see. It is being really, really terrible. So we'll give it a minute and see if it comes up, but it's not looking good right now. Which is, it's just my internet, because I literally have turned off every device in the house except for this computer. Nothing else has access to internet right now, but it's very like, ish. No, I'm not. Richmond Aerials, I'm not broadcasting in 4K. I never broadcast in 4K. I only broadcast in 1080p, because any more than that would kill my my internet. So I'm going to restart everything and we'll see if we can get this going, because otherwise, we'll see. Yeah, this has been, it's been the kind of way it's been going the last few weeks. So we'll try it. I'll do a quick restart. You all hang out. Well, now it's going way up. Let's see what it does here. I'm watching my, I don't know. We'll see. Let's let it go for a little bit. We'll see how it does. I think it's gonna be bad, but we'll see. So hope you're all doing well. This is Wednesday night. I mean, 720 to 1080 is not a big enough difference to make a huge difference. I'm watching my connection speed is basically going from like 3,000 kilobytes per hour or per second, which is about where it should be, down to like 200-300 kilobytes, and then back up to 3,000. So I think it's something with my internet provider, which is not surprising considering Alaska has two, and neither one of them really give a rip about quality of service. So I'm debating, like, it seems like it's getting better, but then it drops. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to reset it. So if you all hang out for a few minutes, I'm gonna go reset everything, and then we'll do the stream. But yeah, it's not liking what it's doing at the moment. So we'll restart it. I will put it on. There, how's that? Better. I reset everything, every router, every Wi-Fi, because I have a mesh network here, my main router to and from everything, and that takes forever to come back up. And then, but even before that, I had kicked everybody off, every device in the house except for this computer and my phone off of the Wi-Fi, so that it was just me and the Wi-Fi. But that didn't make a difference. But apparently resetting the cable router, cable modem, and my Wi-Fi router, which is a mesh system, I reset all of them and everything is better now, apparently. Maybe I'll just have to do that every single week, and now it's diving again. So I think it's mostly probably my internet provider's problem, but hopefully we will make it through the rest of the stream. I don't know. We'll see. So hope you all are doing well. It's Wednesday night, solo creator Q&A. Yeah. I barely made it back in time as it was, because I was out filming for a product video that you will see tomorrow, and just barely made it home in time. Well, actually, technically didn't make it home in time. I think I pulled in my driveway at 4:01, or, 1 past the hour. So, yeah. All right, let me see, get the rest of this finished up. But I hope you're all doing well. If you haven't been part of this stream before, it is basically questions and answers. You have questions about something, ask away in the chat. I will do my best to answer it, or other people in the chat who are also awesome will answer it too. And we'll go from there and see how we do. Let's see. There was a few things I wanted to talk about, and now I don't remember what any of them are, because I basically was running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get stuff sorted out. I do have some new lights back there. If you see those are tube lights, which I'm excited to try out. Godox sent me a bunch of their stuff. We'll get to try those out. And then the last few weeks I've been testing a big battery bank thing for charging all kinds of devices wherever you are in the world, off the grid, which is perfect for me. Heavy. I wouldn't recommend it for hiking because it's like 16 pounds. But if you're not walking that far, like less than a mile, or you're going to be working out of the back of a car or something like I do a lot, really tremendously fantastic for being able to recharge batteries, keep things charged up, and keep things going. What else? I'm trying to remember what else I've even done. I feel like my white balance is off. Oh, it is. That's really warm. I'm going to leave it there. That makes me look like I'm tan. Probably, well, I don't know. It's pretty close. I was going to say probably makes me look a little more tan than I really am, but I'll take it at this point. So, all right, I'll say hi. I know Harrison Family Vlogs, you were here. Don't know if you're still here, but hopefully you are. John Burnett. Helen, let's see. Richmond Ariels. Alex Wagner, I guess is probably more accurate. Smaxum, Fly Zone Drones. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody who hung out, thank you very much. I appreciate you still being here. Hey, Kevin. I appreciate you still being here and hanging out through all of that just mess. Like, it's amazing. Everything can work right up until it needs to, and then it won't work because, you know, why that would be the best time for it to stop working. I have some, but I can't show it. Yesterday I got to go out and shoot a bunch of mountain bikers going down a mountain biking course they had created with the FPV drone, and that was the most fun I think I've had flying drones in a while. I crashed a lot, and I did break a drone. Completely cracked the carbon frame at the end there, right at the very, very end, which is Wagner. Okay, good. I was pronouncing it pretty close. And yeah, so, but I don't know. I can't show you any of the footage, at least not yet. Maybe I will be able to in the future, but really fun, really cool group of guys. Yeah, lots and lots of fun. Today I was out shooting some stuff for a product. Not the Beast, was it? No, definitely not. Definitely not. It was close quarters, so it was my ducted one that has protected propellers. And it's a good thing, too, because me and the bikers made contact a couple of times. Usually it was in the jumps. I would be, trying to come and catch them as they were jumping up off a jump, and I'd misjudge distance, or we'd misjudge timing, and they'd pop up and hit the drone or something like that. So I might, Agent J, I might try and show off some of that crash footage and see. As soon as I can get to it, Alex, it's just been really busy. So, and yeah, I have had a lot of deadlines in the last couple of weeks that have been making it challenging to do anything other than meet those deadlines. Yeah. So I did. I did crash one of my big FPV drones. Broke every single prop on it. That's all that. Well, I broke a carbon plate too, the camera mounting plate, but that's all it broke. And then I got to do some repairs to it, the props, a couple other things, and then it'll be ready to go again. But it's part of it. Didn't damage the camera, didn't damage the lens or anything like that. So I'm glad for that. It just, it's very intensive. So Let's see. Harrison Family Vlogs. You tried to get your Jake Sloan last week in Glen Island, Nicaragua. Oh, that's cool. You're working hard. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Got to pay the bills. Yeah, I wish that, all I had to do was YouTube. But honestly, even some of the deadlines I'm working with are on YouTube. Deadlines come with making videos too. So some of those are self-imposed deadlines, but some of them are agreements I make with other people, and got to get it out there. Awesome, Andre. I'm excited to see what you did. If you're gonna post it somewhere, tag me. I'd love to see it. Yeah. And let's see, Rich Materials. You're a novice Sony APS-C shooter getting ready to go probably once a lifetime trip to Rome. Ooh, 16 to 55 lens or the kit 18 to 135 for the walk around lens. I honestly, Rich Materials, I'd probably go with the 18 to 135 just because it gives you the most versatility. The image quality is decent, and I think, if I remember right, that has stabilization built in, which would be great. But yeah, because you'll want the versatility. That's why I like the 17 to 70 so much, the Tamron 17 to 70 so much more than the 16 to 55, because just that little extra reach and the stabilization made it much better and much more usable, in my opinion. So that's my opinion. I am not even going to try and say it's like Exalt, maybe. Anyway, he says, getting a new Sony A7C, debating on lenses, either going for a 16 to 35 2.8 Sony or two lenses, which are 20 millimeter 1.8 and Sigma 24 to 70 2.8. Vlogs, workout videos, and photos. Well, yeah, I would probably, personally, do the 21.8 and the Sigma 24 to 70. That's what I would do if I were you. I think that would give you more versatility, and you get some spectacular low light with the 20 millimeter for sure. So, Brian Peterson joined the Sloan Ranger crew. Thank you. Yay! Welcome. And yeah, you too can become a member. Segue into a sales pitch. Yeah. Paul, are the tube lights color changeable, and can you turn them red or purple? Yes, Alex, they are 100% color changeable. They have RGB LEDs in them, and then white LEDs as well, so they'll do a lot. You will be seeing them fairly soon in a video, and they're battery powered too, which is really cool. I just got them the other day, so I've really only just barely started messing around with them a little bit, but yeah. Agent J, you're using the A6600? Thanks to Jake. That's right. Get delivered tomorrow, the 17 to 70. Tamara, you should check that one out. Yeah, it's a really, really good one. Richmond Aerials. Yeah, if you haven't bought one of those lenses yet, then I would heavily recommend the Tamron 17 to 70. But if you've purchased those lenses, that I would take the 18 to 135. So you're welcome, Exalt. Man, I have no idea how to say that name there, but cool name. Dusty. Yeah, actually, Paul, that's a good point. You get the 20 millimeter 1.8 from Sony and the Tamron 28 to 75. That's this. I still use this on a daily basis. It's 3 years old. I should put the lens cap on the bottom. I still use this on a daily basis. 3 years old. It's gone with me for 3 years, and it still is working really, really well. It's been through some brutal weather, and no dust on the inside. It's still working great. Still really clean optics. I don't know if I can get it to focus on there. Like, just, now I've had an ND filter on the front of it most of the time. Actually, that's not true. I shot a lot at night with this thing, and it did really well too. So that's a great lens. And if you have the 20 millimeter 1.8, then you've got the wide angle covered, and then 20 to 75. That's Paul is excellent point. So, and that's true. I've heard that. Now, I don't know if it's a problem with all of the Sigma 24 to 70s, but I have heard that that quite a few of them have had trouble with dust getting inside of the lens. So, Smaxum, faster scanning Sony APS-C sensor before you upgrade from your 6400. Yeah, that's a good idea, Smaxum. I'm curious to see what the ZV10 or whatever, Z10, V10, yeah, whatever that, the rumored new Sony APS-C camera is going to have in it. I'm curious if they're just going to use the same sensor that they've been using for everything. Big deal, smaller body, that's great, but I'm very curious to see what they're coming out with in that camera whenever they decide to finally announce it. Let's see, Paul Feinberg. Sigma is so heavy. That's true too. The Sigma is heavy. Like, I think it's almost double the weight of this. So if you're traveling a lot, the 28 to 75 would be a lot better. Let's see. If there are questions, and if you've just joined the chat, now that we got streaming worked out, 30 minutes into the chat, or 30 minutes into the stream, then please ask questions in the chat. I will do my best to answer them there. That's kind of what this is for, is answering your questions and having the conversation that does not happen in comments, because I respond to every comment, but after that, I will rarely, if ever, see a response to any comments I leave to a comment. So, John Burnett, you're going to Rome in October, going on a nighttime excursion during nighttime photography. What lens do I suggest? What camera are you using, John? Let me know what camera you're using, and I'll try and make a recommendation. Hey, Beamon FPV. How's it going, man? Full frame A9. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Love that camera, actually. I got to use the A9 when I was doing the air-to-air stuff, which was really fun. For the A9, if you, well, like my favorite low light lens is the 24mm 1.4, which is what I'm doing this on right now. You can see that in extremely low light in a couple of videos on my channel, specifically the one like shooting with the A7III in moonlight or something like that, I think is what I called it. But that's an incredible good low light lens. I mean, it's a great lens, period. Focus breathes a lot, but it's a really, really good low light lens. So if you can do, which you've got the A9, so I'm assuming you have some budget, but the 24mm 1.4 would be spectacular. Especially if you're doing like astro stuff, then yeah, it can't really be beat. It's so good at astro stuff. If you want to save a little money, but you still want good low light performance, but you really want wide, which is kind of what I assume you want, I guess. The 20mm 1.8 is pretty good. It's just definitely not as good as the 24mm 1.4. Little Mountain Life, remote ID prediction. What will be the first drone equipped with remote ID classified for flying over crowds for Part 107 pilots? Little Mountain Life, I don't know about flying over people. That's going to be interesting to watch that and how drone manufacturers kind of react to some of that regulation. But as far as being equipped with remote ID, as far as I understand it, if I remember correctly, the Skydio 2 is all ready to go. It's just a matter of a firmware update for them, which I'm sure they're probably working on. And my guess is that the Air 2S is also probably ready to go via firmware update. And I'm almost positive the Mavic 3, the 3 Pro, the Pro 3, whatever they're going to call the next iteration of the Pro level of the Mavic series, will probably be remote ID compliant as well. But the whole flying over people part, that's going to be interesting to see how drone manufacturers handle that. Sub 250 grams with prop guards. I mean, technically, the Mini 2, the Mini 2 with the right prop guards can do it already, because my Mini 2 by itself is well under 250 grams. So if the prop guards can keep it under that, then the Mini 2 will do it. But yeah, with the whole remote ID, I can't remember if the remote ID stuff if there's anything on the Mini 2 for it. I think there might be. Beeman FPV. Did I hear about the new Caddx Vista Polar? Seems like the most Nebula Pro-ish, but not quite. What's my take? So I saw it, and literally Beeman FPV, that's all I did. Was I saw it, the announcement, and I haven't like looked at any reviews or done anything like that. I'm curious about it. But yeah, that's as far as I got. I was like, oh man, I was out of cell service all day today. So I had to shoot some stuff for a company, and then also shoot a video for tomorrow for me for this channel, and I just couldn't do anything but that. So yeah, but I'm very curious to see what that camera is like. If you've seen some of the reviews, I'm curious to see what your thoughts on it too. Good point, Paul. The 28-200 is a great travel photography lens. Very true. Just not as good as low light for sure, but yeah, it's a good lens. Good all-in-one lens for sure. Little Mountain Life, you're crossing your fingers for the Mini 3 in the fall with remote ID. Will make filming events easier for sure. Yeah, if the Mini 3 is remote ID compliant and then also able to be flown over people, that'll be a bomb little drone. That'd be awesome. Just absolutely fantastic. I still like the Mini 2. The Mini 2 is such a good drone. What else? There was some other stuff I wanted to cover, and I just totally lost all of my train of thought due to nothing working in the beginning of the stream. I think what I need to do is like Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon at some point, go and reset everything in the house and then start the stream. So, hey, Julio, I do remember you. I remember your name. So, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Nathan, can I give you the SparkNotes version of what remote ID is? Okay. So, Nathan, in the United States, the FAA passed a new regulation because they were mandated by Congress to figure out how to integrate unmanned aerial systems into the national airspace. So, remote ID is what the FAA came up with after a lot of time, probably a ton of money, of not listening to people that are in the industry, but just kind of coming up with stuff. I mean, they probably listen to people in the industry a little bit, but just not a lot. They listen to some of them, certain ones of them, the ones with money, probably, mostly. So basically, any drone in 2023, I think, 2023 or 2024, I can't remember exactly, has to be able to broadcast certain information from the drone. And then if it can't do that, there's like 3 levels of what you have to do to be able to fly in certain spaces. If you can't broadcast remote ID at all, you can only fly in designated spots, and they're finally coming out with what their version of a community-based group is and stuff like that. So, but essentially it's the new regulation in the United States for drones that they must be able to broadcast certain information from the drone or from the control station. And so, yeah, that's the really terrible cliff notes, but that's it. The nice thing is there are provisions for like being able to put a another device on the drone that can broadcast the information needed. And there's some other stuff in there too, but you know, it is what it is. It's not as terrible as we all thought it was going to be at the first, but it's not great. Paul, am I planning on going to Spin Up 2021? It's not looking good right now, Paul. I was thinking about it, and then some stuff happened, and I was like, or maybe not. So I would say right now there's a high probability. The highest probability is that I won't be going to Spin Up 2021, but I really would like to. So, Smacks on the Mini 2 is durable. It is durable. I've tested that as well. It's very durable. Interesting, B-Man. I'm gonna have to look into that. What is it? Is it analog only, or is it compatible with other things? Because if it's good in low light, and it's compatible with the like Caddx Vista, I'd probably jump on that. Hey, Eddie Nunez. How you doing, man? Who are the 3 slackers? Me. My phone is probably one of the slackers because I also watch it on there. But yeah. Nathan, if the drone is under 250 grams, does it still need to be compliant with those rules? So the big deal is right now, Nathan, like those rules are, you have several years before you have to worry about it. And by then, you know, there'll be several generations of drones from them. But yeah, essentially it has to be, it has to, just like flying now with a drone under 250 grams, you still have to abide by the rules and regulations of not flying over 400 feet, not flying over people, not flying in active airspace, all that sort of thing. It's going to be the same, but the under 250 grams will give you, you know, some freedoms that over 250 grams won't. But yeah, you'll still have to. And now they've integrated they brought out the trust test that if you just fly recreationally, you need to go take that test and get your little certificate there. It's not hard. It's free. Doesn't cost anything and doesn't take very long. But yeah. Little Mountain Life. My friends say your vlog arm is weak because you're switching from the Tamron 17 and 28 to the Rokinon 18 for vlogging, sacrificing video sharpness for lighter, smaller setup on the A7C. Hey, I can relate, man. I haul around my A7S3 with the 17 to 28 on it, a microphone and a few other things. Like it gets heavy in a hurry, especially if I leave the tripod attached because I'm like moving through spaces, and so I'll just pick it up, vlog with it as I'm walking, and set it down with a tripod or whatever. Those few extra pounds the tripod adds add up fast. So Beam and FPV selling mid-range Vista digital camera, black and white Nano Pro. Apparently Pro stock is out and the Nanos are lying around. Beam and FPV. That figures. Yeah. Trust test is a snap piece cake. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Elsie. How are you? Let's see. Vlog tripod am I using right now? I am using, everything's upstairs because I literally grabbed my camera out of my bag, ran down here and got this started, and then proceeded to re-get everything started because my internet wasn't working. But I just use the Peak Design travel tripod. That's what I use for everything right now, as far as what you guys see. If I'm doing commercial stuff or client stuff, I will take, I have a Manfrotto, a larger, heavier duty Manfrotto tripod, and the iFootage tripod that I use for that kind of stuff. But yeah, for everything else, I use the Peak Design. It's just so nice and lightweight. It's expensive as crap, but it's really nice and lightweight, and that's what matters to me because I'm carrying it on my back. Awesome. Hey, Alex. Welcome. You just got the Switch Pod from Sydney. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Cool, Paul. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. I kind of went back and forth on the Switch Pad. I was like, oh, that's cool. It also feels kind of not gimmicky, but just like limited in its use as far as what I do. And like that's the reason the Peak Design works well for me. Because I'm like setting it up as a regular tripod, talking to the camera, and then pulling it down, walking and talking with it. Just so, yeah. Hey, Noah, welcome. Sanju, nice to see you. John, do I get jobs to fly my drones for fishermen on rivers? John, I haven't done that yet. I have done video for ocean fishing boats and ocean charter boats. And so that's been very fun and interesting because the ocean is moving like this, and landing a drone while you're going up and down 3 or 4 or 5 feet on a boat is really, really interesting. So, but yeah. Nathan asks, do I understand the hype behind Leica cameras? Fill down a wormhole videos by people who swear by them. Leica cameras are good. They have a really nice color science behind them, but they are like, they're a particular kind of camera, and people love them or hate them. And so if you can, Nathan, what I always tell people to do, like if you're trying to decide what you want to do, go and see if you can rent one somewhere, rent it for 3 or 4 days and try it out. You know, you don't need a bunch of lenses or anything like that. Just get a lens and then just try it out. So, hey, Fly Zone, welcome back. Sanju, which camera should you buy if you're starting vlogging? Oh, good question. If you have a late model phone, a recent phone, it doesn't have to be an iPhone, but a recent phone, I would just do that. Brian, you're texting me while I'm working. Oh my gosh, I just my got a tickle in my throat. So yeah, if you have a late model phone, I just start with that. Phones do a great job. If you want to get a camera, then honestly, like the Sony ZV-1 is, especially if you can get it on sale, is a really great vlogging camera. It works really well in lots of different situations. So yeah, that's where I would head. Buy the Sony ZV-1 and a bunch of batteries because it goes through batteries. So, Andre, is Sony making the sensor for the upcoming GH6? Andre, I would assume so because Panasonic typically uses Sony sensors in their cameras, but who knows? We'll see. LC? Somebody was, B-Man FPV was asking me that, LC. I haven't seen it yet. I saw that it was announced and I saw some videos that were put out there, but I didn't get a chance to watch any of those videos yet. So I plan to here probably after the stream is done and my computer is furiously processing all the footage I shot today. Let's see. ZV-1, interchangeable lenses, ZV-E10. Yeah, exactly, Paul. If they ever come out with it. If they ever come out with it. All right, Paul. Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. Peace. I hope you don't have any internet problems like I've had tonight. May your internet be good. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon, too, because it's getting to be that time of day. But if I mean, we have a few more minutes, so if you have more questions, please ask in the chat. Some good questions tonight. I appreciate it all. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? I don't think I missed any questions. Yeah, if I miss a question, please ask it again. And let me know what you think. Also, I posted a poll on the channel asking you what you thought of a few videos that I shot recently, because I've been wanting to switch the format of doing reviews in the way I do reviews, and so the video that you'll see tomorrow is kind of also pushing along that line a little bit. Not as much as the other few videos that I posted, but anyway, please go vote in that poll if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you probably already have, but if you haven't, then by all means, please go do that. I will post a link to it here. Maybe. All right, B-Man, have a great one. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Cheers. What do I think of the Weeble 2, Elsie? I like it a lot. Where's mine? It's over there packed away right now because I had to use it the other day. I did post a video about it, so if you haven't watched a video that is on the channel, I would go watch that. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's a really, really great gimbal. And the screen, like when I first got it, I was like, oh, that's cute. This is the video, Elsie. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. That's, you know, gimmicky or whatever, but it's not gimmicky. It's so good. And then you can go there and vote in the poll. Please go there and vote in the poll, the recent poll that I posted. So if you haven't already. Alex P, do you know if I can launch your drone, if you can launch drone from public land outside National Park and then fly over it, Alex? You technically can, Alex, so long as you can take off wherever you're taking off from and you're not in the national park or inside the boundary of the national park, you can. The issue, you better be ready to defend yourself, not defend yourself like physically or anything, but like the Park Service has been known to seek out people who've flown over national parks and make them prove that they weren't flying in and from the national park. So that's a little bit of a pain. And then if anything goes wrong, that's where you'll have some issues. So, but yeah, technically, I mean, you can fly over national parks, yes. But also you can't fly beyond visual line of sight. So you can't fly very far over national parks. So I just recommend not doing it. I've had people accuse me of flying in national parks a lot here on this channel. I don't do that. But, Alaska has a lot of places that are not national parks, even though we have a lot of national parks. We have a lot of places that are not national parks that I can fly legally and be okay. So, anyway. All right, folks. That is going to do it for this stream. Such as it was once we finally got the internet working. I appreciate you all being patient and hanging out. It was sorry, such a bumpy start there, but we got it going. Andre, would I recommend upgrading from the Weeble S to the Weeble 2? Andre, if your Weeble S is still working well and you're happy with it, then I would not yet. I know I shouldn't be saying that because I should be telling you, yes, you need to upgrade to the Weeble 2 and use my affiliate link. But if your Weeble S is working well, I'd just keep using it. My Weeble S finally started having issues. The locks had broken. And I mean, I abused the heck out of it. And so it was nice for me to get the Weeble 2. I also bought the Ronin, the RSC2, which I'll do a comparison of these two gimbals. And I like them both. They have different strengths and weaknesses, but I really love the Weeble 2 for the screen. But yeah, if you're happy with the Weeble S, you don't really like it working for you, I just stick with it until it stops working for you. And then get the Weeble 2. So, all right, folks, you all have been awesome. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for your patience while I sorted out my internet issues, which apparently means I just have to reset everything in my house right before I start streaming and kick everybody else in the family off, because that apparently is what I have to do now. I hope you all are doing well. New video coming tomorrow. I think it's a fun one. I think you'll enjoy it, even if you're not interested in what it's about. I think it's cool. You'll get to see some cool sights and stuff like that on the way. Until then, be safe, be smart, take care. I will see you again soon in the next video. And thank you all for being part of this channel. I appreciate it. Cheers, everybody.